Hey, this is Lola, but you can call me Lola if you like.
This is Velisa, and you can call me Vels if you want. And this is the Everybody Hates HR podcast. Ready to give your performance and talent management a serious upgrade?
Meet TeamFlex, the all-in-one platform built for companies using Microsoft Teams and Outlook. With TeamFlex, you can manage goals and OKRs, run unbiased performance reviews, and share recognition and feedback, all without ever leaving Teams.
No more clunky spreadsheets, no more Word docs, and definitely no more chasing people around.
As an official Microsoft partner, TeamFlex keeps all your performance management and employee engagement processes right where your team already works.
From performance review templates embedded into Microsoft Teams to viewing goal progress inside ongoing team meetings, it offers seamless integration with your Microsoft 365 ecosystem.
Organizations all over the world are already powering up their teams with TeamFlex. That's TeamFlex, TeamFlect, because great teams deserve tools that reflect them.
Looking to join them?
Try it free today at teamflex.com. You didn't say hey.
I didn't say hey.
You said this is Velisa.
No, I didn't.
You didn't say hey.
Oh my God, did I?
Wow, I don't know how to greet.
I didn't say hi. Hi.
I don't know how to greet.
Wow.
I was telling my friends, like, one thing Nigerians know how to do.
Greet.
Is how to greet. And as you're Nigerian adjacent.
I know.
I know you know how to greet.
Wow, I must have blanked.
Look, I say this, when I'm recording it back, when I'm editing it back and I hear the hey, people say I'm gaslighting.
I know. Wow. Crazy. How toxic. How very toxic. What's going on?
Life.
That sounds positive.
Yeah. I didn't really have that many personal.
But do you know what you did do? This is now going back like a few episodes from when I said you should watch it. You've watched it now.
I did.
You did.
I did. I watched Unknown Number. Are we going to do spoilers? Yeah, we have to do spoilers. Sorry.
No, by this point, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
So yeah, I watched Unknown Number, and when I was watching it, the thing is, I've watched too many of these things. I'm such a suspicious person.
You was good. So
immediately, like a little while in, I was thinking, who could it be? And I was thinking, okay, and then I kind of thought, okay, it could be this, but I actually thought the other parent.
Did you?
Yeah, I thought maybe if it could have been one of the two. Just because she was, but then I thought, I don't know. I watched it and then I was like, oh, Velisa, if it's this person, they actually cooked, and then it ended up being one of the people that I thought it might be. But yeah, so give the synopsis.
Oh my gosh, like it's so dark. So basically, there's a young teenage girl, like very young, like they were like 13 when this all started, right? Like she's 12, 13. She's going out with a young boy.
In same
high school.
Small town,
yeah. Like they grow up together, all of that good stuff, yeah. Everyone in the high school thinks, oh my gosh, these are like high school sweethearts, like they're going to get married.
Their families start to like hang out together and stuff.
Yeah, very cute. And then all of a sudden, they both start getting these really weird, deranged, very just strange text messages, like consistently.
Yeah.
And it's things like, oh, if you don't give your boyfriend, because I can't remember his name, you don't give your boyfriend like oral sex, then you know he's gonna come and do this to me instead.
And it was basically all around, like it was clear that whoever was sending the message wanted them to break up. She's like, you should break up with him, you should leave him, he doesn't want you, you're skinny. Like it was all centered around trying to break that relationship
whoever
up.
was sending them knew where
Lots
they
of
were.
details.
Like so they would send messages like, oh, you wore those stupid leggings to like to
your
class.
flat bum.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, literally with your flat bum. Like like it was so bad, and this continued for years and years and years. And the parents all got involved. A lot of people got investigated via the police. So the police were looking into it at first and saying, you know, is it this person because she's a bit of a bully and she's part of the cheerleading and all of that stuff, to the point where the person who was actually sending the messages kind of framed one of the young girls.
Yes.
Like because
and the school was even doing stuff being like, okay, tell me when you get the messages and we're going to check CCTV and see who was texting in the school at that time. Like that's a bit insane.
But basically the school, the police just could not deal with it.
And it got to the point where the FBI got involved.
Yeah.
And that's when it sort of got cracked.
Yeah. So they basically looked at everyone, all the messages coming from these like weird numbers from the internet that you could just one-off numbers, and then they traced the IP back, and it was the girl's mum.
The girl's mum. People are tapped.
Do you know what it's for me? Do you know what it's for me? That part is crazy enough, yeah. But it's her reaction and her thinking about everything is mad. I don't feel like she thinks she's done anything that mad.
No, she knows.
I don't think she thinks she's that deep.
Finished. She does believe that she herself is a victim, but like, you know, they say it's like, they said it was similar to Munchausen by proxy. So Munchausen by proxy is like when or factitious disease disorder or whatever. Basically, when like some people have it for themselves, where they basically want to be sick, or they say that they're sick so they can get attention. But then some people like Gypsy Rose, they'll have like a parent or a caregiver or something like that who makes them sick or says they're sick so they can get attention. And I think they said something like that, and I think she was enjoying the attention that she was getting as a result of her daughter. It got so bad that she actually told her daughter to, you know, trigger warning
off herself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And and imagine telling your daughter to do that. And when she was questioned, she was like, oh, I knew she actually wouldn't do that. But what if she did? Like, it was so bad. I think she was just enjoying the attention. And also, it turned out she was a raging liar. She was jobless, and she had been telling her family that she was going to work. So she would wake up in the morning. Two jobs. Imagine not having one job and lying that you have two. And her cousin was interviewing. Her cousin was like, actually, one of those jobs, I don't think she ever even worked there ever. But yeah, she was mad. And unfortunately, obviously, people need their mums, and her daughter still really wants a relationship with her. Towards the end, you can see that she maybe had kind of reflected on it a little bit, but her daughter still wants a relationship with her.
Apparently, when the daughter's in the room, when they're filming that was filmed like a couple years before.
Oh, okay.
And then the ones where she's kind of in like tunnel thing is more recent.
Yeah,
so,
and in the more recent one, she seems to have understood a bit more.
I don't think she's as close with her mum now that she... But that was...
And she went to jail. She went to jail for 18 months.
Which wasn't enough, because really and truly, she should be on some sort of sex offender list, really and truly.
Let me tell you, because she was literally sending explicit texts like, he wants to do this to me, and not like that, but saying this to your 14-year-old daughter, telling your 14-year-old daughter that she needs to give her, like, and then they basically said that they think that she was kind of infatuated with the boy.
Do you know what else I would love to see? Like, how does someone live their life after a documentary like that has come out about them?
I think with the small, she was already on the news. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was already on the news, and she was in a small town.
Yeah.
It was on the news all over America. It was a small town already. I think the worst has been done. There was a TikTok, and someone was like, one thing that Netflix will do is like they'll have a documentary about Velisa, and we'll all be talking about Velisa, and we're saying Velisa did this, Velisa did that, Velisa did that, and then
Velisa will come and sit down.
Will walk in and she'll say, so what do you want to know?
So
and it's like, what? Velisa's here. And it was kind of like that. So obviously they did all this stuff. You saw her talking a little bit at the beginning, but she wasn't really in the documentary until they kind of exposed her. She did a lot of crying and whatnot.
Mad.
That's, but unknown number. I mean, we've told you how it's going to work now, but great. I enjoyed it. And it wasn't so obvious like what the situation was, but every now and again.
For Netflix to do a documentary, the best Netflix documentary, I think, is Don't Fuck with Cats.
Do you know what? I started watching it, and I've never watched it. Like I watched the first 20 minutes, and
I'll watch it. It's not what you're expecting at all.
I know. I think I kind of know where it goes, but I was just like, this is too slow.
That's slow. That and the Tinder Swindler are like the top 2 documentaries.
The Amanda Knox one.
Yeah, the Amanda Knox one is good.
Yeah, Amanda Knox. Amanda Knox is a psychopath.
She is
a psychopath.
She should never have been let out. I don't understand.
Like Foxy Noxy.
I know.
Yeah, like she's mad. What other ones are there? I mean, there's some great Netflix.
I enjoyed the one. It was something about fire. Was it called Burning Fire or something? Where a woman went on like a long, like basically a goose chase to try and find her daughter that she gave up for adoption. And the daughter had died. She was murdered by her adoptive dad. But like the mum never gave up. Like she went missing, and like everyone kind of was like, oh, okay, like but the real, like the biological mum, she never gave up and basically uncovered all of that stuff. It was really good.
I just have some specialist subjects which I will never skip I'll never skip a documentary on a cult. I would never skip a documentary.
Did you watch the TikTok dancing one?
Yes.
Yeah.
That wasn't the best one, but yeah.
I went on all their TikToks.
I would never skip a documentary on a cult.
Yeah.
Or What else? I love a romance scam.
Also, do you know what's back soon? Do.
What? I don't know if you're trying to sing Special Victims Unit or something, but it's not giving. I thought that's what it was, but I was like, what?
It was.
I'm actually rewatching it right now.
Are you?
For the second time.
It starts soon.
Yeah, I'm on season 1.
Are you? I'm rewatching Grey's.
I introduced my brother to it now. He loves it.
Is it? No, it's good. I'm waiting for the new ones. I'm watching Grey's at the moment, so I don't have capacity to rewatch something else.
Have you ever watched House?
I tried, but I don't think it's for me.
What?
I don't think it's for me.
Please, guys, watch House. Watch House.
It's on Netflix, but I don't know if I've tried it. I don't think it's for me.
Oh, I've also started rewatching Love After Lockup.
You're not serious.
Yeah. That's just more in the background. But I will say, guys, there will be less TV talk from me moving forward because this weekend I finally started properly studying. Wow. And I moved my exam because of life, but I'm actually definitely going to sit it in January. Ooh. Yeah. So, I mean, I say that, I've said it now, but I'm going to try and sit it in January. Ooh. So you guys have to pray for me. Keep me in your prayers. Make sure I do my studying. And I said I was gently studying recently, but the gently studying has turned into aggressive studying now. I'm aggressively studying because I actually don't have the time. In order for me to have covered all the content I need to cover before the exam, I need to study for 3.5 hours a day. Wow.
You'll be fine though.
But I'm planning on maxing out on the weekends.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I said no one should invite me anywhere. No one should even call my name. No one should. Lola, can you? No, sorry, I'm unavailable. I'm unavailable. I'm barely available to record this podcast.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
But this is like, I kind of wish I never said it. I never told anyone I was studying anyway, but like, what if I fail? I've literally had like thoughts of that, and I've never really had thoughts of what if I don't pass?
You'll be fine. You're going to do it.
It's multiple choice though.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
It's 2 5-hour papers.
You'll be fine.
I think it's insane. Yeah. I have to be honest. What should I have?
You'll be fine.
I'll have a pass or I'll fail, but I won't die.
But you'll be fine though. You're gonna pass, so it's fine.
Amen. Okay, HR stuff.
Yeah, so let's get straight into it after all that TV talk. So I was looking at some stuff and I found a very interesting survey research, whatever that was done, and basically there's a rise in the number of UK employees who are struggling to disconnect during their time off from work, so annual leave and stuff. And 60% of employees admitted to working while on holiday, with another 20-ish% saying that they have taken their laptop to go on holiday because they are struggling to disconnect from work and just like enjoy.
Yeah. What percentage of that is you're expected to work versus you can't disconnect and you want to feel like
I think there's layers to it. Like it could be the nature of your job. It could be that you're very senior and you don't feel 100. It could be that you hate your wife.
That's possible.
Yeah, like there's loads of different reasons. Me personally,
you ain't got no issues switching off. I actually do, to be fair. Like
I'm fine.
I don't have issues necessarily switching off, but I do think like I have no issues like turning off my laptop and not working. But I do think when you go on holiday, it takes a while for you to actually switch off. Not in terms of working,
like mentally.
Yeah. So I think like let's say you got 1 week holiday, like it takes
it's not enough.
Yeah, the first couple of days, like I still remember that I have a job.
Yeah.
But it's the last few days where you're like, okay, I actually forgot that I have a job. What's my job? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that is quite normal. That's why I think a 2-week holiday,
perfect.
Every year you need to get at least 1 2-week holiday in. Obviously we all get our 5 weeks or more, but you need to get, I think, at least 1 solid 2 weeks. The best quality 2 weeks that you can ever take off is over Christmas and New Year, because things actually stop.
Off, yeah.
So you don't have to worry that you're going to come back to all of this stuff. But at any point in the year, you need a solid 2-week holiday, or you just go mad.
Yeah, I agree. I don't find it hard to switch off, like you said. But yeah, I do remember that I have a job when I'm like, if it's less than like a week, I'm like, well, I'm going to go back soon. The only time I think I really, really struggled though to switch off was when I went on maternity leave. Because I went on maternity leave, I went on maternity leave 8 days before my due date, but my son was 9 days overdue. So I ended up...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I ended up having almost 3 weeks of like just being off. And I was checking my laptop. I was just like, what's going on? Like...
But when the baby came, you forgot about that job.
Obviously. Yeah. But like, I think that's probably the time that I found it hardest to like switch off, especially because you know you're going to be off for such a long time as well. Yeah.
I wonder if you can take maternity leave without a baby.
I'm sure if people could, they would.
Yeah, people have done it. Remember, like,
it's true.
Well, they've done paternity leave with no baby.
They have.
People are so brave.
They really have.
Yeah, I think it is hard for some people to switch off, and I also think it depends on your role. So, like, as a business owner, I do find it hard. Like, I've now got the support that I need to be able to take time off and have the out of office, go into the right place, and know that that's kind of taken care of. But I also think it depends on your work support system. So if you are one of many who does your job, it's much easier to be like, okay, this person is covering me. And also if the things that you do are time critical or not. So if within the space of like, let's say L&D, I think, let's say if you're an L&D partner or something, I think more likely or not your stuff can break. If you are a payroll person, you got to make sure you get everything done before you go. And then also you got to hope nothing crops up while you're gone.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you're an employee relations person, you need to make sure that, you know, everything is kind of done before you go. You have someone to hand over to. Or I can imagine people checking in, being like, okay, has this settlement agreement come back? Oh, let me just quickly check if this lawyer has responded to this. Let me just check if this person has come back to work, and I can quickly cop on and do two lines to the managers, tell them what to do, just so things keep moving. Yeah. So you think you're doing it in your own interest, but probably it's not in your own interest. What's in your own interest is just to manage people's expectations. 100%. And even if there's an ER process going on and you're really, let's say it's a small company, or there's no one to do it while you're away, you can literally tell people, I'm sorry, but I'm going on annual leave. We're going to pause this, which feels like, okay, well, you know, it's my, but then you don't want to unreasonably delay, but actually that's not an unreasonable delay.
No. I think that's one of the things when you work in those types of jobs in HR as well, is I could have annual leave planned for 3 weeks time, but I have no idea what my casework looks like in 3 weeks time. Like I could be thinking, okay, I'm wrapping everything up by the time my PTA comes, and then all of a sudden there's 2 grievances, 3, 4 grievances that have come my way, and I'm not going to be here.
I actually think expectation management is like a top critical skill that you need to have in most jobs, but in most parts of HR, because I've definitely done it before where actually I've logged on, or I've kind of, you know, the worst is like when you, just before you go on leave and you do that late night. Do you know what I mean? But I think if you just manage people's expectations, most people will actually understand.
It'll be okay, yeah.
And so sometimes you're like, you think you're helping, but you're just, listen, there's nothing worse than being mentally unprepared to start your own holiday.
Literally.
Like when you're going on annual leave and then you work late and then you don't have time to do your beauty maintenance, or you're like, you haven't packed properly, so then it has a knock-on effect to the actual holiday that you've been looking forward to going on. Yeah. So you're better off just saying, okay, what can I reasonably get done? What am I going to put in place to make sure the stuff that I haven't got done can get done by somebody while I'm away, or can wait till I get back? But heavy on the wait till I get back, man.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, nothing's going to burn down. It's actually going to be okay. If anything, I'm doing you a favor.
And one thing I'll say, nobody else has any issues with going on annual leave. Like, even if you're doing a grievance process or a disciplinary, if somebody has a holiday booked and they're in the middle of the grievance, they're still going on their holiday.
Of course.
If they feel sick, they're still going to
So it shouldn't be any different for you.
Why should it be any different for you? Yeah. So I think it's just managing that expectation. But taking your laptop on holiday is like already saying that you're not going to switch off. It's like you already decided that you're not going to switch off.
Basically.
Because why do you need your laptop on holiday?
You don't. Yeah. I remember when one of my managers, she's in Italy at the moment, actually, over for 3 weeks, I think she's doing in Italy with her husband. But anyway, before she would go on holiday, she would send out this email or like a Slack message and say, I'm going on holiday. I will not be contactable. like, this is what I'm going to be doing. And she'd be like, yeah, I'm gone.
Yeah.
She'll be like, this is what I'm going to be doing. And like, I'm gone. I'm not contactable for the next X amount of time.
A boundaried queen.
I used to love that. Be like, yeah, like goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always say, like, to be honest, I always say, because the roles I do, obviously running my own business, but the roles I do for my client are typically interim head of people roles, fractional HR director roles or whatever. So I'll give, there's one specific person that I'll give, one person gets my number. Yeah. Unless it's like I'm working with regular people, but one person will get my number and I will tell everybody, if something is burning down and you need me, this person has my number. Because then it puts in like, sometimes when you're in
extra
that
step,
when you're in that kind of role, like, you just need to be like, for instance, if you're the CFO, I don't expect, if you get paid like a CFO, I don't expect you to be like, something is critical on fire, you can't be contactable. Yeah. But it's for everybody else to have common sense on like what does critical look like? What is urgent? What is actually, and most of the time those things won't come up. Even if you're the CEO, you should have people that can manage things for you.
Yeah.
So I always give one person my number and I'll say, if this thing happens, this person has my number. Because first they have to think of that this is critical enough to contact me. Then they need to go to that person.
Exactly.
And that person
and think
has
about
sense.
it. Yeah, exactly.
So that person is there to triage and be like, does this really need her? Or can I deal with it? And that person is usually whoever my client counterpart is. So let's say like, or my client manager. So let's say I report into the CFO. You need to take that to the CFO. And now the CFO can decide, do we need to contact? And obviously he or she would usually have a brain. So if it's something that doesn't need me, they can say it doesn't need me. If it absolutely needs me and there's no one else, which is basically never, or if it's the only time something like that can happen, I think, is if I or the person hasn't done something they should have done. So if there's like a document that I've kept and I haven't put in the shared space or something like that, or a conversation that I had where they're like, this person is kicking off and they said that you said this, did you say that? That's a quick WhatsApp. I'm like, no, I didn't say that. But otherwise, it's so unnecessary. And you will never need your laptop. Any working that you're going to have to do on holiday, which should be none, should be able to be done from your phone.
I agree. Taking your laptop when it's not to like watch stuff is crazy.
I believe that's just jobs worth behavior. It's just jobs worth behavior. Like, we can't, like, some of it is like down to company culture, psychological safety, and some of it is genuinely just jobs worth behavior. Yeah.
What else do you want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about double jobbing.
Ooh.
Double jobbing. So we've spoken about it before, but basically it's when people have two jobs and they do them at the same time and they do them kind of against their contract. And we spoke about, there was like a local authority person. We spoke about it must have been ages ago now. We spoke about a local authority worker who had been caught because one local authority had to email the other local authority that they were working at, and then they saw them kind of copied on an email. And basically they've done a study, and since 2020, there has been almost 300 local authority workers who have been caught double jobbing. Yeah.
Whoa.
And that's just local authority workers. I want to get the exact number. I want to say it's 288. But yeah, that's just local authority workers. So imagine how many people are doing it.
Is that why the job market is dark?
That's what I'm saying. You people are greedy.
Exactly.
You people are actually greedy. Back. Like, there's actually not enough jobs for everybody, and you want to have two. That's greedy. That probably speaks to the pay. And how much people are getting. But I had a conversation with someone recently. Let me see. Oh, they're calling it polygamous working. They're calling it polygamous working. Yeah. So since 2020, 288 employees were caught in the act. Of these, 46, which is 15%, were either dismissed or formally disciplined after being found to have taken on another full-time job. So that means 85% weren't. No. They weren't dismissed or disciplined. Well, it says 15 were, maybe some left, don't know. But 15% were formally disciplined or dismissed. That sounds like the odds are in your favour.
You might as well try it, innit?
The odds are in your favour. And it says here that while the pressures driving some people to double job are understandable, it's crucial that roles funded by the public purse are carried out with transparency, accountability and full commitment. But unfortunately, most councils don't have the resources to proactively investigate these issues. This means that every case that's caught, there could be many more flying under the radar. And obviously there are. You're not catching all of them.
100%. Some are too good.
Yeah. But I just find it crazy because like, I'm assuming that a lot of the skill set is very sort of transferable, but very much like from one local authority to another. So a lot of these people are probably working in 2 local authorities.
Oh, but are they physically working in 2 local authorities? Because that's going to be hard. Unless they have arrangements where they're in one office Monday, Tuesday, and another office.
Yeah, but then you have to be doing the work for the other one, looking over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Nah, that's
some people don't mind though.
But one might be remote, or they might have one with a local authority and then one with a fully remote job or something.
Yeah, money off your mick.
But then you still have to go to the office and do the other work.
Yeah.
But I had a conversation with somebody about it, and they said to me, "Why is that wrong?" And they said, "If I've done my work, what like?"
I don't think it's wrong I don't think it's wrong if you have the capability to be able to perform in both job roles equally and give them exactly what you would give one full-time job. But I think that's almost impossible.
Yeah.
So I don't think anyone is necessarily doing that.
And that's the issue. But I think, like, I know people have done it. I'm saying I have conversations with people and they're like, well, if they've given me X number of tasks and I have completed X number of tasks, then what is the issue? Because I'm getting the work done and that's what they expect of me. And I think some of this is to do with being like a sort of a high performer, overachiever. So let's say me, I know that I can actually work at pace. I can, if someone didn't know me and I went into a role and they said, get this kind of stuff done, it's possible that I could do that in 50% of the time that they've asked me to do. And I'm not going to raise my hand. I'm not going to say anything and they'll be happy with my performance. But actually knowing that I could do more, it's the dishonesty thing that gets me. So the idea, the kind of social contract that we've entered is that I'm going to pay you and you're going to try your best. Yeah, you're going to try your best for this company. So the idea that you finish your work and like in most cases, you finish your work, you're expected to go to your manager and update them. Hey, I've got capacity. You're not supposed to use your capacity to go and
do another job
because you're now getting paid for time that you're not working. Yeah. Some people say, oh, they do both at the same time, but obviously you're not dedicating your full time and effort to that company. So you're literally getting paid for days that you don't work. So even though you might say, okay, each day I'm doing 3 or 4 hours, it's the exact same as saying like you're getting paid Monday, Tuesday, and then you're not actually working or logging on. Just because you're spreading your time and it's like
it doesn't matter.
It's not recognizable, then yeah, it's the dishonesty for me. And I always say that as a business owner, even though I understand again what drives people to do it, as a business owner, if I catch you, you're being fired. There's no alternative because you are doing something that you know is dishonest and you're hoping that I'm not going to catch you. Yeah. And you know what it is? That's fine. You do that.
Integrity, isn't it?
It's integrity, but also that's just like everybody has freedom of choice, but not freedom of consequences. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So that's just the game. So you do what you want to do. When you get caught, you get fired, but you just have to charge it.
So it go.
Yeah, so it goes. You just have to charge it. And I think people are comfortable with that. It's like, I'm taking a risk. And for as long as it works, I'm going to get more money, which I need probably for my life. Yeah. Yeah, I could be struggling on the one income. But if I get caught, I'm potentially going to get fired. And in some cases, depending on maybe a little bit, and maybe disgraced. Yeah. So, I mean, I wouldn't advise.
I wonder if the tax is worth it on the 2.
It is, because it's like, because it's still like work. It's like having one income. At the end of the day, it all averages out. It doesn't matter where you make your money. It all averages out. So you end up getting paid a higher rate of tax. You end up paying a higher rate of tax, but only because you're earning more money. So over 50K, for instance, you're going to pay your 40%. But even if you got that extra money in the job that you're doing now, you would still have to pay the same amount of tax. So it doesn't work out any worse. Yeah. It just feels worse because they just apply the higher rate of tax to that pay. But when you average it out, it just works. Yeah. And you'll get a refund at the end of the month, end of the year, or maybe even end up paying more at the end of the year. But obviously, that's just me as an employer. I understand it from a personal perspective, like why people do it. And listen, I'm not trying to knock anybody's hustle. Everyone just has to be aware that if you do it and you get caught,
that's it.
Yeah. And in some, remember the solicitor? Yeah. In some professions, it's definitely not worth it because you would just lose your ability to, even in HR, like somebody could in theory report you to the CIPD and then they could, I mean, I don't think it's the end of the world because you don't need to be a CIPD member, but obviously the idea of being like struck off and not being able to be a member is just embarrassing. Yeah. And I don't think they publish names.
like the NMC, the Nursing and Midwifery Council, I think they actually publish names.
Do they?
I think so.
Social workers do as well.
Yeah, so if you get like those kind of jobs, it's definitely not worth it, because then you'll lose your ability to actually do your job.
Yeah. Do you want to do a case? Should I do a case?
You do a case, yeah. I looked at her like, me.
So a case. So it is to do with somebody called Anna, who was like an admin exec at a company which was a small accountancy firm. And she'd been there a while, like 6 or 7 years by the time that this all came to a big halt. And things appeared fine. And then one day in 2023, there was spyware installed on Anna's computer without her knowledge or consent, but obviously, company
Some
property
policy somewhere.
Yeah. And they basically used the installation of that spyware to dismiss her. So while that spyware was on her computer, Anna had been on Rightmove because she was looking for a new property. She'd been on Amazon and ordered a few things. And basically over 2 days, she spent, it was quite a while. It was a couple hours altogether over the 2 days shopping online.
Someone can't take lunch break again.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it could have been an extended lunch. Like, what are we saying? So basically, the company came to her and said, or HR, whoever it was, came to her and said, okay, we've seen that you've been browsing on Amazon and Rightmove. This is against our
2 days worth of browsing only.
Yeah, 2 days. They were like, this is against our policy. We've done an investigation, and it doesn't. It's not aligned with the business, and this seems like a personal business need, is how they described it, that you were doing in the workplace, and that they were dismissing her. So Anna took this to Employment Tribunal, and when she took it there, it was found out that her manager, so the MD of the company, had been taking a lot of notes about Anna and her behaviour and her performance, and had been keeping like a diary, like years worth of entries.
Obsessed.
Yeah. But the judge basically said that all of these diary entries were in English, and the MD was Polish, like a native Polish, and he basically thought it was a bit strange that she'd written all these diary entries in English, kind of insinuating that she was ready to use these against her at a later date.
The judges,
rather than them actually being personal diary entries. You're using it now.
It in Polish,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that came out, and then also the judge basically said this is not enough. Like, this is not enough to dismiss somebody.
Also, you installed the spyware, and then the next couple of days, like, you obviously put it there because you wanted to get rid of them.
Exactly.
That's so obvious.
Exactly, yeah. They were like, this is not enough. It's disproportionate. There was no real investigation. Like,
it's not that much
and
time.
she won, I want to say she won 14K. She won 14K, yeah, for that. But it was just really stupid. And it's just like, if your manager's gunning for you, they're gunning for you, because who knew that someone would go to such lengths?
For years.
Yeah, to just...
That's scary.
And
that is very scary.
At the end of it, it's because of spyware.
You were just looking for a reason.
Literally.
Also, you're the MD. If you want to get rid of someone, just go and have that without prejudice conversation. Or there must be like...
It would have saved you all that time if you just years. Yeah, that 14K.
People are scary.
I know.
People are actually scary.
Literally.
The manager plotting on your downfall, literally writing in their diary about you at night. That's crazy.
Literally.
And it just shows that she actually must have been fine, because if someone's been writing what you're doing for 2 years and they haven't managed to get enough dirt on you, you're actually probably quite a good employee.
100%. Yeah. Shame, innit?
It's embarrassing.
Yeah. I wonder what it was. I have this thing where it's not a theory, but it's a theory, but it's not my theory. I just feel like when you have people like that in the workplace, like the MD, you hate your personal life. There's something in your personal life.
You're unhappy for sure.
Yeah, there's something there. I don't know what it is, like man, woman, whatever. You hate your wife, you hate your husband, you hate your kids, you hate that no one listens to you in your house, you hate that you're single,
power.
You hate whatever it is.
You hate that you're married.
Literally, you hate all of it. Like, I don't know what it is, but there's always something there. I feel like the nicest managers tend to be individuals who are happy,
whatever stage
and
of
they're
life
content.
they're on,
they're content with whatever. Even if you've got that woman at work, she's been through a divorce, she's happy. She's not taking it out on anyone. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like these senior leaders, when they're just unhappy at home, the projection at work is crazy.
Yeah, I have a funny story.
Go for it.
So I've got a friend who lives in the Middle East, and she has children. She has a housekeeper.
I know what you're going to say.
She has a housekeeper. And this is quite normal, right? Like a nanny or a maid or whatever. A live out one. A lot of people have live in one. She has a live out one. And she came to visit recently, and she was basically like, oh, there's something going on. I want to tell you guys. And she was just like, I'm having some issues with my housekeeper. And I'm like, what kind of issues? She's like, I think she's been wearing my clothes. And I just thought, obviously, she's the employer. So what do you mean you think she's been wearing your clothes? And she said, well, there were some clothes that I put in a charity bag. And I said that she could take clothes from there. But I think she's also just taken some of my clothes. And I was like, are you sure? And she was like, yes, I'm pretty sure. As it transpires, she has this housekeeper on WhatsApp. They talk on WhatsApp. And WhatsApp stories, which I actually just think are for aunties, but I'm actually, the other day I looked and a lot of people use them.
People are using
a lot of people use WhatsApp stories. But anyway, I just think that's for aunties.
Telltale sign of where they are, but...
Listen, people use... When I clicked onto it, I said, this is crazy. Anyway.
It might as well be Facebook. But.
Yeah, WhatsApp stories. So this housekeeper had put on a video on her WhatsApp story. It was a TikTok video. You know, so it had the watermark from TikTok. So she thought, oh, okay, let me just go and have a look at the kind of things that she posts on TikTok. It was just a calm, nice video. And when she went onto TikTok, she just discovered that for the last 6 months, that this housekeeper, while she's at work, has been putting on her clothes, including her Valentino shoes, and she's been making TikToks like that's her house. She sits on her bed. She was wearing her sports bra.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
That's so ridiculous. And she makes, like, you know, when people make content in their house, like she has been making content like this is her house. She sits on the bed, like coming in, kicking off the shoes that she doesn't wear, her nice clothes.
Do you know what?
She's been wearing them.
I know that this is supposed to be a funny story, but there was a Netflix documentary, and it was basically about these two guys who found this woman in Barnet who had this amazing house. They killed her, and they were using her house on TikTok. Like, they lived there. Like, they were making loads of, like, dancing TikToks on her drive, in the living room, because her house was really nice.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so you gotta be careful, people.
It was giving Made in Manhattan. You know, like, you're not J-Lo. Like, take my clothes off. So when I said that, I was like, no, you have to get rid of her.
Yeah, she has to sack her.
You have to get rid of her. But she was away at the time. So she was like, she can't sack her.
She do it now?
Until she actually ended up resigning.
Because she knew?
I have no idea why. But she said, I can't do it until I get back. She was away. She was on holiday. So she's like, I need to wait till I get back. So obviously, because this person can just clear your belongings while you're away.
Yeah,
once they clock that they've been caught.
For real.
And yeah, it was just, I couldn't believe it. I'm like,
That's
people
crazy.
do this.
That's crazy.
Imagine you work in someone's house and no.
It's actually
crazy. That is crazy. And she thought it was a one-off thing. But then when she went, it's been since, like, for the last 6 months, she's been wearing her clothes. She makes TikToks.
That's so crazy.
Dancing, posing.
That's actually mad. Wearing
her good shoes, good clothes, good dresses.
It's mad.
And then at the end of the day, she'll look in your eye like...
That's so mad.
Sitting on your bed.
That's disgusting.
Anyway, people are mad. Every day I realize, like, more that people are actually insane.
And that's the moral of the story, everyone.
This episode was brought to you by Team Flex. Try it out for free now at teamflex.com.
That's a wrap, guys.
Bye.